everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. Hey, so in today's video we're going to be covering the case of Ali Abulaban, aka Jinkid. So he literally took his social media persona, Tony Montana, a little bit too literal, and this is when he almost forgot that social media was not real life, and now he's in a situation where nobody wants to be in. So if you want to know more about Ali Abulaban, aka Scarface, aka Jinkid, and all of the craziness, then keep on watching. So let's paint the picture here. So Thursday, October 21st, 2021, at about 3:10 p.m., police responded to a call at the Spire San Diego in San Diego, California. So when police arrived at the building, they were directed to the 35th floor, and when they got there, they actually found two victims, and both of them were dead. So the two victims, 28-year-old Anna Abulaban and 29-year-old Rayburn Cardenas Byron. So the suspect in this shooting is none other than 29-year-old Ali Abulaban, aka Jinkid, on TikTok. So let's backtrack a little bit so I can tell you about how we got here in the first place. So Ali Nazir Abulaban, so he's 29 years old. He was born on May 18, 1992 in Staten Island, New York. And at a young age, Ali knew that he wanted to be some sort of entertainer. Like, he didn't know exactly where he would fit in the whole entertainment world, but he just knew that he wanted to be some sort of entertainer. He had like a very bold personality, even as a kid, and he just liked to be the center of attention. That was just kind of like his thing. So at the age of 14, Ali was a part of a musical group. So obviously things didn't necessarily go as planned for that band, but nonetheless, Ali actually served in the military. He was stationed overseas in Japan, where he met a beautiful young lady. Her name was Anna. There isn't much online about Anna, like about her life and about her early childhood. I wasn't able to find much about her, but Anna, as I said before, she was 28 years old. Her friend described her to be a very loving, genuine, caring friend. She was just like a beautiful person, obviously on the outside and inside as well. She was just very genuine, and her friends, they loved her very much and just loved to be around her. So her and Ali started dating. After that, Ali was discharged from the military. I'm not sure why he was discharged. I wasn't able to find any information on that, but I can only imagine it wasn't good. So they relocated to the US, where they settled down in Virginia for a little bit, and they welcomed a beautiful baby girl. Her name was Amara Abulaban. So while Ali was in Virginia, he still wanted to be a star. Obviously that did not come out of his mind. He kind of just put it on hold for the meantime so he could go serve the country and then come right back. So he wanted to be right back into that world. So while he was in Virginia, he was doing some singing. I'm not sure how those songs went. I wasn't able to find anything of it, but he was doing some singing. He had people writing music for him, so he was doing music for a little bit. Everything was going good while they were in Virginia, but Ali just wanted more. So he decided to join TikTok. So his videos on TikTok, they were mainly consist of comedy skits and impersonations. So he would do impersonation of Tony Montana from Scarface, and he would do impersonations of Tekashi 6ix9ine. His Tony Montana skits, people said they were spot on. Like, I've never seen the movie Scarface, but I get the idea of it. Like, I've seen so many things and memes and like all this. I get the idea. However, people said that his impersonation of Scarface was literally spot on.
How long does it take to get ice cream? What the fuck is your parliament, huh? It wasn't easy to get this, okay? Think fast. So what happened? I got into a little fight with the fucking cashier. The fucking guy kept saying, we close, man, we close. Corona this, Corona that. I never asked for no Corona, okay? All I asked for was ice cream.
So he started making a lot of Skyrim and real life videos, and that's really kind of what really blew him up. Like, people loved those videos, and he really took off from there. So he gained a large following, and they were doing good in Virginia, as I said before. But Anna kind of wanted to move to San Diego because most of her friends live in San Diego, plus some of her friends that she served with in the military, they also lives in San Diego as well. So she wanted to move there. And also Ali, being that he's, his TikTok is popping off, and he kind of want to be a star, why not go to California? It just seems like the perfect place to be at when you're trying to be in the limelight and that whole shindig. So he went with the idea, and then February of this year they decided to move to San Diego. Once they moved to San Diego, things didn't really stay as peachy as they were in Virginia. Obviously, if they did, we wouldn't be talking about the story. So once they moved to San Diego, this is when everything kind of started going downhill. So as I said before, all of Anna's friends live in San Diego. So as you can imagine, once she moved to San Diego, her social life literally started flourishing. Like, she started going out more, she started hanging out with friends because she didn't really have friends in Virginia like that. So she was just, living her best life, going out every night, hanging out with friends. So Ali kind of felt some type of way about that. He kind of somehow, in his crazy mind, he really felt like he was losing her, and he also felt like he was losing control. While Ali was trying to get shit back under control, Anna's friends and Ali's cousin, because Ali actually have a cousin that lives out in San Diego, said that Ali became almost obsessed. Like, I'm not sure, but they literally says that he became obsessed with Anna. Because I'm guessing, if you feel like you're losing something, you're gonna try to grip tighter to it. So he felt like he became obsessed with her, but in a very bad way. Like, for example, Ali and his cousins would go out, like he would just, be going through his phone and looking at pictures, and then he'll see like a random picture of Anna, and then he'll show it to his cousin and be like, like, this is my wife, I love her so much, I'm never letting anybody else get her. I mean, it's kind of cute in some ways, but I'm guessing, I don't know the whole dynamic of it or how it kind of came off to them, but they thought it was just a little bit strange because obviously Ali's cousin knows Anna, so you don't need to show him, you don't need to show him her every 5 seconds or every chance you get. Also, another thing, when Anna's friends would call Anna, Ali would literally pick up the phone and be like, do you mind? Like, why are you calling her? Like, he basically did not want to share her with anybody. So Anna's friends, on the other hand, they didn't really like Ali too much because they felt like Ali was self-obsessed. They felt like he was very arrogant. And the weirdest thing about him is that he literally carries a gun everywhere he goes, which they felt like was just so strange. And one time when they were all hanging out, Ali literally made a joke about shooting somewhere up, like shooting the place up. And Anna's friend looked at him like, what? And then he was like, I'm just joking. But they didn't find that funny at all because the current climate that we're in America, where it's just like a mass shooting can happen in the blink of an eye, they're like, that's not funny, that's not something to joke about. So because of that, they didn't really want to be around him. So Ali started dabbling into drugs, specifically cocaine. So it's only gonna get worse from here. So one night he literally got on Instagram Live and he was just chilling on live drinking wine, and then out of nowhere he pulled out a bag of coke on Instagram Live. He started snorking the coke, right? Basically doing the coke on Instagram Live. Mind you, people thought it was a joke because he's a whole comedian, he do these skits and stuff. So everyone was laughing at first because they legit thought it was a joke until they found out that it wasn't. So obviously people started calling him out for it. And they also realized that he got ridiculously skinny. Like over the past months or so, he had gotten significantly skinny because he was doing a lot out of it. So he then came on Instagram Live the next day to try to explain himself, basically saying that that was the only time he's ever done it. He's only did it one time, which I doubt is true, because why would you do it for the first time and you choose to do it on Instagram Live? But whatever. And he also encouraged his younger audiences not to do it. He also started expressing to his followers how much he doesn't like his wife's friends and how much he loves his wife very much, and he doesn't like her friends and how her friends would bring men in their homes to cheat on their husbands. So Ali's obsession with drugs only got worse. One time he went out with his cousins and he literally pulled out this huge bag of cocaine in public. They were at a bar or a restaurant or something, and he pulled it out, and his cousin was like, dude, you're literally about to get us kicked out. You know, he was literally like, I don't care, they can't kick us out, I'm Jinkid. Because at the time his social media started popping off, he had over 900,000 followers and probably millions of likes, and he just felt like, you know, he was a celebrity or whatever. So he was like, I'm Jinkid, they can't kick me out. Also, I forgot to say this, so the live that he did on Instagram where he was explaining the whole coke situation, he also did said that his family cut him off and they never supported him. Around this time he started becoming abusive towards Anna, so Anna literally filed for divorce because there was actually an incident that happened in September where he literally pushed her and she fell and she was injured. And this happened in front of her daughter. So can you imagine, like, I mean, it's terrible to abuse your partner in general, but to abuse your partner in front of their children, like, I can just only imagine. That's just like next level right there. Like, you know, like, first of all, you're traumatizing the kid at the same time. Like, you know, like, no, that's just not cute. So there was an incident that happened where Ali showed his daughter a loaded gun and asked her to hold the gun. So yeah, you can see he was definitely losing his mind at this point. So Anna asked him to leave the house because at this point she just doesn't feel safe. She don't feel safe. She don't feel like it's safe for her and her daughter. So she just didn't want to be around him anymore. He was staying at a hotel in the meantime, so he can really figure out what he wants to do. He actually made a copy of their keys. So Anna didn't know that he made a copy of their keys because I'm guessing he left his key whenever he was leaving. I guess she asked him to leave the key. So while he was away staying at the hotel, he was like literally just calling up like he was blowing up her phone first of all, and then he was just calling everyone, like her friends, his cousin. He just started calling up everybody and asking them about Anna, asking them if they spoke with her, why is she not answering any of his calls. And literally everyone, they just begged him, like please just leave her alone, like just leave her alone. She just needs some time, she needs some space, leave her alone. And then he actually went out to lunch with his cousin, and he was like, you know, she's not serious, she's just being mean to me at this time, you know, like he just didn't felt like the divorce was serious. He felt like, I don't know, because I think half of him felt like it was serious, but it didn't really hit him because he was losing his shit at the same time. But in the same breath he was like, you know, it's not that serious, she's just messing with me right now, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like it didn't really hit him. At the same time he was like, but could this be true? That's just the attitude that I got from him. So, you know, his cousin took him out to lunch, and his cousin was like, you need to figure it out. You're literally sleeping at a hotel. Like, what are you gonna do? You know, like, figure your shit out, please. And his friends were even telling him, like, you can get any, you know how your friends do whenever you're going through a breakup. They're like, you can get anybody you want, like, just leave her alone, you know, because now you have money. Now he's like a whole, you know, influencer, if you will. So now he have money. They're like, you get anybody you want. But he like, you know, I just want my wife. I mean, understandably, you just want your wife. It is what it is. On October 21st, while Anna was away, he went to the apartment with the key that he duplicated, and he literally vandalized the apartment. Why did he do this? I have no idea. I'm guessing he did it because he wanted to get Anna's attention. So he vandalized her apartment and then called her to tell her what he did. So when he vandalized the apartment, one thing that he failed to tell Anna that he did, he literally installed a spying device on their daughter's iPad. So it was an app that you can use to record things, or, basically just like a recording device. I'm not sure which one, but he installed the recording device on the daughter's iPad. That way he can listen in on what's going on around the house when he's not there. So later on that day, Anna had her friend Rayburn over at the apartment. Now, I'm not sure if Anna had Rayburn over at the apartment to help her clean up because Ali's crazy ass vandalized the apartment that day, or if he just came over to, to protect her some way, because Ali's obviously losing his shit. So I just want to tell you a little bit about Rayburn. So Rayburn was 29 years old, and he was actually a San Diego native. He was born and raised in San Diego, California, and he was just a friend of Anna's. He was the type of person that literally put everybody first. Like, he put his friends first, he put his families first, and obviously in this situation, when Anna needed him, he literally went to her place right away for whatever reason that she needed him for. He was a very family-oriented person, so he was just the type of person that you can depend on for anything. So he was just really a very thoughtful and amazing person all around when you look at it. Let's backtrack to the day of the 21st. So, as I said, Ali had vandalized the apartment. So when Anna went home that day, Anna had Ray at the house, and Ali was listening on the device that he installed on the daughter's iPad. So while he was listening on the device, he didn't really know what he heard or who he heard. He just heard a male's voice. Obviously, it was Anna's friend, but because he was in such a rage and just going crazy, I don't know if he was on drugs at the time, but he didn't know whose voice he heard. He just know he heard a male's voice, and that was just it for him. So now he left the hotel in a freaking rage on his way to the apartment. So he's driving to the apartment, and on his way to the apartment, he's literally losing his shit. Mind you, Anna is going through a lot right now. So I doubt that she's even thinking about dating anybody else. So that would probably be the last thing on her mind, because she's going through a divorce. However, while Ali was driving to the apartment, Ali was saying to himself, like, please don't have sex with him. Please don't have sex with him. Like, why would you think that that's what was going to happen in that moment? Like, you literally ransacked the home. So why do you think that that's, like, how does your brain even work? Like, do you think that she would have somebody over to have sex with them in this house that you just made a mess of? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you're crazy. So now he got to the apartment. His adrenaline is out the roof because he done hyped himself up for nothing. He got out of the elevator. When I tell you, this man ran from the elevator. He ran from the elevator. Opened the door, and I don't know if he really felt like he was Scarface because he did the impersonation so much, but this man literally ran from the elevator and started shooting. Like, he opened up the door and immediately started shooting. So he literally fired 6 shots upon arrival without even asking questions. 3 of them hit Rayburn, which obviously killed him, and then he fired at his wife and killed her instantly. So after the situation, he called his mom to confess to what he did, and then he went ahead and picked up his daughter from school. I'm not sure if his mom told him to do this or not, but once he picked up his daughter, he went ahead and called the police and told the police what he did, and they was able to track his phone, and then they tracked him down on the highway, and then they arrested him. Now, this whole time while he had his daughter in the car, he basically told his daughter that he hurt her mommy. I'm not sure what else he told his daughter. The gun was still fully loaded, and I'm just so thankful that he didn't do anything crazy, because anything could have happened. He could have tried to kill her and then kill himself. Like, anything could have happened, but luckily they actually got there before anything else could have happened. So Ali was arrested, and he's facing 25 years in prison, which I think it should probably be more, but he's facing 25 years in prison, and if convicted, he can actually get the death penalty. Also, a protective order was put out on him, so he's not able to contact his daughter or be in within 100 feet of his daughter because of the situation that he put his daughter in. And he's not allowed to write her. He's not allowed to ever contact her again or ever speak to her again. So Ali did an interview from jail, and his version of events were a little bit different. So he said that when he got there that day, he actually opened the door and he saw Anna and Rayburn kissing, and Rayburn's feet was up on his furniture, and that's what made him lose it, because he's like, this is my apartment, these are my furnitures. But in that same interview, he also switched it up and said that he found them there. So he got there and found them. So he tried to insinuate that they were already dead while he got there. But obviously that did not happen, because they saw him on camera. They saw the whole thing played out on camera. They saw him running from the elevator, run into the apartment, and opening fires on your freaking wife. Like, crazy. Also, in regards to the death penalty, his cousin actually did an interview where his cousin literally said that he wants him to get the death penalty. Like, he wished that he could get the death penalty. And I feel like this is just coming from his cousin being kind of fed up, because as I said before, when he did the live about why he was using cocaine, he said that his family cut him off. So I feel like his cousin was just like the last family member that he had. And, you know, that was probably the last straw for his cousin. That's probably why his cousin says that.
Was a very, very insecure person, and he still is very insecure. But I think social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, I think it created a fake reality for him to escape his insecurities, to escape his depression, to escape whatever it was that was going on in his head. I think he used social media and making videos and entertaining people as an escape. I do think it made him feel like he was better than other people, and that nobody could touch him. I think fame created a monster.
Also, I was watching a video of the preliminary hearing. I cannot say that word. And I saw a lot of comments, and a lot of comments were actually from his friends, like friends that knew him when he was growing up, or friends that knew him when he was living in Virginia. And they were all basically shocked and all sympathizing with him, basically saying that he had to have reach a very low point emotionally for him to do that, because they don't know him to be that type of person. So they were all just, you know, sympathizing with him for whatever reason. Yeah, it's just like a really sad situation. But the only person I feel bad for in this situation is the kid, because it's like now, well, not the only person, but the main person is the kid, because it's like now the kid not only lost her mom, but now she lost her dad, because he will be in jail for the rest of his life. So yeah, that is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye.